Good morning, everybody. It's good to see everybody, it's always the pastor's wife that's the last week. It's just so rebellious. Don't cover for it, honey. Hope you had a good week and a great week coming up with Christmas morning being next Sunday morning at 10 o'clock. We'll be here at 10 o'clock from 10 to 11 and we'll sing some Christmas carols and have some special music. And so it'll be a great morning to bring your family members if you're around. Obviously, if you got plans to go to Texas or something, then go ahead. We won't plan on being here, but we'll be here having a good service Sunday morning. Why don't we receive an offering, gentlemen, if we could, and then we'll move on. Got another week or two to get your year-end giving if you'd like to make sure to get those tax advantages. Thanks, Father, for your faithfulness. Thank you for your giving to us. And so we just continue to offer our lives and our resources to you for your use and for your glory. And we want you to understand where our heart is. And so we give with hearts of gratitude in your name, Jesus. Amen. Amen. Hey, a couple of things. First of all, we have a baby shower coming up for Miss Joni here. So ladies, just remember that on January 22nd. So just make plans for that. I don't know what you're supposed to buy. Is there any directions on that? I mean,
no, but if I should make a request, let's do a salad bar. Am I allowed to? Salad bar. Yeah,
your baby doesn't care about that.
She does.
He, we don't really know. So, all right, and anything? Oh, Hannah. Come, Hannah, and make an announcement about our community down in Guatemala, San Juan Camille.
Good morning. I just want to say something really quick. A few people have been asking me about giving gifts to your kids. And, excuse me, Food for the Hungry has asked that we don't give gifts to our kids specifically, but you can send stickers and the cards. And they also love pictures of you. Send pictures, they treasure them, put them up on the wall of their house and stuff. We try not to send gifts to our kids because the focus for Food for the Hungry is to work with them and the things that they have and not to become just a handout. And otherwise they just expect things and it's not their own talents and abilities. Does that make sense? Yes. It's a weird thing to say don't give gifts. But send your prayers through cards and send your love through pictures and stuff like that. Some of the prayer requests that I could share with you around the Christmas time, what comes up. I guess similar to here, there's a lot of rituals or things you do during the holidays. In Guatemala, there are different ones, but the rituals you kind of just do because it's the holiday. Maybe pray for your child and pray for the community that Christmas becomes more than just that, and that they remember the real reason for Christmas and what we're celebrating. And the second big prayer request that I remember during the holidays is that their school year starts in January, rather. So all the kids, they start their new year, the new class year, the new grade in January. And so December is kind of that time where you've got a lot of costs because of gifts and everything with Christmas, but then also you've got a lot of costs going on with starting school in January. So prayer for the families, that they make wise decisions as to how to spend their money, and then to re-encourage their kids to go. Because sometimes this is the point where they say, we really can't afford to send our child to school, and maybe they'll stop. Or maybe they'll say, my daughter's older, she really needs to stay home and help take care of the younger kids now. It's not worth it to send her to school. She needs to learn how to take care of the house. And so your prayers that the family realize the importance of their kids getting a good education and having that opportunity beyond the house is really important. So those 2 prayer requests would be awesome for your kids and your family. And don't forget to send pictures.
Thank you.
Good. Well, it's a great time. Yesterday was a beautiful day, wasn't it? It was fantastic, and it was a great day. I mean, we started early. We had a men's little study and prayer early in the morning at 7 down in Bellevue. Had a good time, and then it was kind of a weird thing because you went from that spiritual, warfare kind of a thing. And then we went to Wade's shooting handguns. It was kind of a weird thing. It's like, whoo, And so we did some spiritual warfare, and then we did some real physical warfare there, and real bullets. And then Jenny wanted to do yard work, so I watched her do a whole bunch of that. So. Not really. I emptied the wheelbarrow. So we have a really special treat today, and so you're going to really enjoy this. Chad and Emily Ridout both graduated about 2.5 years ago in '09 from Bethany College in Scotts Valley near Santa Cruz, and Chad actually graduated with a double major in church leadership and business. Emily with communications and business. And so you're talking about a couple of pretty sharp kids whose parents are both here, grew up in this church. And then Chad went on and got his ministry papers with the AG. Is it with Northern Cal still? Yeah, is it? You're a local guy, man. Good move, yeah. So he's licensed with the assemblies here in the Northwest, and I asked them to both prepare something for today. So they've done this together prayerfully, considering what to share today. So this is going to be fun, and then we'll respond together in prayer and lead you in that. But I just love these guys. They're leading a. Really, not only a Sunday night young adult thing, but they both are leading with their team leaders. During the week, they have a Tuesday night for, I believe it's Tuesday night for young ladies, Wednesday night for young men. They're each leading a group in homes that is just doing a great. I mean, this is such an invaluable ministry to young adults. That they're really investing hours during their week to do that. So just have a deep appreciation for their heart for people, for young people, and for the church, for this church, for you. And so they're going to come to share today. So let's welcome Chad and Emily as they come to share.
So first, just really quickly, I just wanted to take a second and recognize somebody in this church that has been serving very selflessly for a lot of years now, and spends hours throughout the week getting music ready for us, and comes here early Sunday mornings and gets music ready for us, and puts a team together for us, and all of it volunteer, and we just get so used to seeing her up here, I think, and we're all just totally blessed by you. But if you see Abby after church today, give her a hug. Nothing means more to her. And just tell her, oh my gosh, we love you. You're amazing. I can't believe you do this for us every week. And I just really wanted to recognize her this week.
Thank you, Pastor Rick, for the nice introduction. And it's such an honor and a blessing to be able to speak. Especially with my wife, it's really cool. It's been fun preparing, and this is something that God has kind of been actually placed on Emily's heart a lot recently. The story is both of ours, but it was kind of birthed in Emily, and so it's really cool. And the timing is great because we're moving into this next week is the last week before Christmas, and this is when it really, really gets going. You either got it together or you don't, and so it's like you better get it figured out. So, but it's perfect time to stop right before we get to it this week and say, okay, let's breathe for a second and let's think about where we're at. And let's think about what this is all about. And let's think about where I'm at personally in my own relationship with God. And this, kind of what we're going to talk about, is really going to make you think. It's going to, and if you allow yourself to think and stop and realize, it can be really impactful. So, yeah, we're just so happy to be here, and it's timing couldn't be better, and excited for Christmas, and hope you guys have an awesome, blessed week.
Okay. God, thank you so much for this morning. Thank you for this incredible opportunity for Chad and I. I know this has been just as much for us as maybe it will be for someone here this morning. And just pray on your blessing and just against any distraction, things that we have thinking about going on today, later in the week, all this stuff, that you would just help us to be present and really soak this in. We love you, God. Amen. So it was about a year ago when Chad and I were living up on the Snoqualmie Ridge. And I just decided that I was going to be a runner, which is totally against me. I'm not a runner, but I really wanted to accomplish this, and so I started running every day. And music doesn't always do it for me, whatever. So I decided to download a book, put it on my iPod, and run and listen to a book. Sounds good, right? So I don't know why, but I decided to do something incredibly intense. So I was listening to Crazy Love by Francis Chan. And I know Pastor Rick has talked about that before. And I had heard a lot of people say, it changed my life, it's really great, all these things. And I just was like, okay, it sounds like a good thing for me to, cool, change my life. So I started running and listening to it. And chapter after chapter, I just kind of felt like, yeah, this is a good message. What he has to say is good, seems like a really cool guy, but if I'm being honest, it really didn't have that much of a personal impact on me until one day. I was running up on the ridge, and he asked a question that was so shocking to me that I literally stopped dead in my tracks. I was running, I was sweating, I was going for it, and I just stopped. And it actually made me a little bit nauseous thinking about the reality of this question. And I want to ask that same question this morning. And I need everybody to consider, that there were several chapters of very thought-provoking and challenging writing leading up to this question. But I do think it should be isolated a little bit and thought about today. So I'm going to ask everybody to close your eyes so that you can really think about this question and what it would look like for your life and really focus on what this might mean. If you truly allow yourself to go here, then I think this could be a pretty scary moment for some of us. So the question is, would your life be any different if God didn't exist? Are you living in such a way that if all of a sudden, for whatever reason, you found out that God didn't exist, would your physical world look any different? The real question that we're getting at here is, do you need God? Or have you filled every place and every need yourself? Go ahead and open your eyes. So there I was on top of the Snoqualmie Ridge, stopped dead in my tracks, realizing that for me the answer to this question was no. I loved God. I wanted him in my life. And yeah, there were some areas that I had certainly given to him. But in scanning over the picture of my life and my world at that time, if God didn't exist for whatever reason, I was trying to play this out right, like Francis Chan was asking me to, for whatever reason, my world wouldn't really change very drastically. And my spiritual understanding, my heart, my belief system, of course, wow, all of a sudden, that would change. But my day-to-day physical world, it really wouldn't change very much. And it's because I didn't build God into my everyday life. So I went home, and Chad was there. I just remember walking in the door oh my gosh, sit down. We have to have a conversation. And I was just sweaty and panting and dramatic, and I came,
What happened out there?
And so I had the conversation with him and kind of talked about that question and asked him the same question. And he painfully agreed with me. He agreed the same thing, that our life really wasn't leading to a place where we needed him. So we stood there realizing that we're claiming to live a life after God, but really we didn't need him at all.